Brad and Shelley, it really is not a long distance at all from the Warwick Trail apartment building behind me to the retention pond right outside here. Just really a few quick steps. And it's that short distance combined with the lack of any kind of barrier out here that has some residents concerned. School had just let out on Monday here at Mars Elementary School. Heather Wees was one of the first to pick up her daughter. As she was leaving, she attempted to cross the intersection here onto the westbound lanes of Indiana 62, but she never made it to the other side. But I want you to picture this. You've got the family all rounded up. You're ready to hit the water here. And of course, you got to have your favorite floaty until the staff here tells you not so fast. Stores like Sherway here say their romaine lettuce totally safe to eat, but some local businesses were affected and had to make some adjustments. They say don't cry over spilled milk, which means don't get upset over things that have already happened and can't change. Well, in this case, the questions are whether or not things should change and if what we're talking about is even milk to begin with. Go on social media and it's all you'll see. I figured it was time to settle the debate, take to the streets, and find out what people really think. While some roadways are already underwater, things are expected to get worse before they get any better. Brad and Shelley, Evansville police are urging people to lock their doors. And what happened to people here in the Lakeshore apartment complex is a prime example why, after several reported break-ins earlier this week. Brad, after about 4 hours of deliberation, the jury did indeed deliver a verdict guilty on all 4 counts. It's been a long path back for Donnie Howard. About 7 years ago, his diabetes led to painful peripheral neuropathy, something that affects many diabetics.
I feel like they've got knives going through their feet and hands. And it's related to the fact that the nerves are getting compressed and pinched.
The pain was unbearable.
As if that wasn't debilitating enough, things only got worse.
I started with a tremor in my index finger.
The shaking grew more severe, spreading throughout Howard's body until he couldn't move without assistance.
It became so bad, I ended up going on permanent disability.
Howard was losing hope. He couldn't hold his son's hand or take care of his wife, dealing with her own terminal illness.
I wasn't able to help her like I should or raise my kids.
It was really difficult for me. I couldn't handle it.
But it's the love for his family which kept him searching for a solution. Nothing seemed to work until he met Dr. Frank McDonald, who diagnosed Howard with severe Parkinson's and recommended treatment that seemed extreme.
I'm thinking, I'm giving in to pain. It's not something I want to do.
A spinal cord stimulator would require wires be placed up and down his spine and a device surgically put into his back that would stimulate his nerves and manipulate his brain.
Yeah, kind of scared. I didn't know what it would do to him.
Howard decided to try it on a trial basis.
Boy, right there, it changed me. Right there. Right away, there was no shaking. Right away.
The pain was mostly gone as well. When the trial was over,
give it back. I need that,
Howard had the device permanently attached to his body. The results have been incredible.
This is my remote control to my body.
He showed me his condition.
It is off.
With the stimulator turned off. Barely able to move.
It's more of the fear of falling.
Turned on, he's a different man.
There's no problem.
Howard recently went four-wheeling and built his son a clubhouse.
You don't tell your son no. There was a time I had to. My highest moment is to know I have my life back.
Dr. McDonald says the stimulator was meant to take Howard's pain away and that removing his tremor was an additional side effect he's seen in some other patients.
Pretty amazed, pretty amazed. It's sort of cutting edge right now. We're not sure of how much or how far this technology is going to take us.
In Evansville, Sam Knef, Eyewitness News. Wrights High School may not be Carnegie Hall, but for an auditorium full of young string players, it may as well have been.
For me, personally, a violin player, I would love to do that one day because it just blew me away and how amazing she was.
Kentucky girl Tessa Lark has won international awards for her mastery of the violin.
It was a great friend of mine for my whole life. Just loved practicing, loved playing different styles.
The one she currently plays is on loan. Crafted in Italy in the 1600s, she pairs it with her fiancé Michael Thurber's bass, two instruments that traditionally aren't played together, but they make it work.
Yeah, Yeah, we looked for the fun first and then figured out how to make it work from
There you go. I'm blown away by I'm just trying to keep up with her. That's like my job title is just try to pull your weight next to Tessa.
As Lark prepares to perform a song written by Thurber on Saturday with the Evansville Philharmonic, the two pass down some knowledge to the next generation of performers.
It like changed my perspective almost. So, like to see someone like that been through all the process, and I'm still going through that process myself. It was amazing. It's just a feeling that's hard to explain almost.
These are the most inspiring days for us. These are the days where you really remember why you do this and what music is really all about.
In Evansville, Sam Knef, Eyewitness News. Take a drive through Dixon, Kentucky, and you'll see a lot of these. Take a drive down Wanamaker Road in Dixon, and you might see what one local farmer calls a disturbing trend.
Yes, that's been going on for years. You know, everybody knows it's happening, but nobody wants to do anything about it.
Kenny Gentry has his own cows, some of which are in close proximity to the cows owned by the Mooney family next door. Gentry says a lot of times when he feeds his cows, he feeds the Mooneys too.
They scoff at lip.
He's known the Mooneys for years, but says he can't keep quiet about it any longer.
They just don't take care of them, and they're starving to death. You shouldn't see a backbone down through there, and the hip bones, you shouldn't see them. You know, they should be fat, and just like that cow right there, you know, you shouldn't see all them bones sticking out of it.
Yeah. Gentry claims the Mooneys often neglect to feed their cows. He says in the past the cows have wandered off onto other farmland, eating other farmers' grass at their expense. And he says when the Mooneys do feed the cows, they use low-quality hay, sometimes still wrapped, which Gentry says can be deadly to cows.
There's 4 carcasses down there now, and last one had 9 died from starving and cold. So it just needs to be, something needs to be done about it. You know, old cows can't talk for themselves, so somebody's got to.
In a small town like Dixon, complaints like Gentry's land on Webster County Sheriff Frankie Springfield's desk.
Well, I know in the past we have had a call out there and it's been checked out, and nothing's ever been found out about it. You know, once we've checked into it, they've been in compliance. They have the proper feed, the proper water, and the proper space.
Sheriff Springfield admits he's not an expert on cattle farming. He's called in the Department of Agriculture.
It is an open investigation regarding a matter on the farm where the cattle are.
While the sheriff isn't convinced the Mooneys are neglecting to feed their cows, Gentry and other nearby farmers are, and they know losing cattle means losing money.
Sure they are. Sure they are.
So why would they do it?
That you're going to have to ask them.
I did. To which the Mooneys told me more than once, no comment. One of Gentry's concerns is the Mooney cows becoming sick and possibly spreading it to his cows. In the meantime, he says he'll continue to feed them whenever he can.
You know, I don't want to get the people in trouble either, but I just need, if you can't take care of them, they need to get rid of them.